are back at it again with Ryobi. This time, we put the 18-volt battery to the test with this handheld mini vacuum. But does it have the power that we need? And will our kids now be able to help us around the house? Let's find out. Welcome, fellow savants, and what we have right here is a handheld mini vacuum by Ryobi. This is model number PCL705K. The K refers to the kit. The kit includes battery, charger, and of course, the vacuum. We got ours at our local Home Depot, and as of mid-February 2025, the price on this $79.97. If you already own a battery, the price for this vacuum by itself tool only $29.97. They just reduced the price. Hopefully they keep it right there. With this kit, we join Ryobi's 18-volt family, and we hope not to be disappointed. Now, with that said, we're going to be unboxing, testing, and reviewing this mini hand vacuum right here. Let's move on to the features. Airflow up to 37 CFM cubic feet per minute, not bad for a unit this size. Sealed suction up to 28 IOW inches of water, and I just want to clarify, inches of water, it's a unit of measurement, so this is not a wet dry vacuum. This is only intended to be used on dry debris. Battery included in this kit, it is an 18-volt 2 amp hour battery. The runtime is 15 minutes with the 2 amp hour battery. According to Ryobi, we'll be testing that out. And the charge time, 40 minutes. Vacuum capacity, how much debris, how much dirt, how much junk will this little handheld vacuum hold? 2.5 cups, 20 ounces. Universal nozzle. This hand vacuum will allow you to attach accessories to the nozzle that are 1 1/4 inches. Like if you needed a crevice tool or an extension. If you have accessories from other vacuums, most are this size, so you would be able to use those on this vacuum without having to buy new ones. Sometimes they make these vacuums with their own proprietary nozzles, forcing you to buy the accessories from the company that makes the vacuum, but not in this case. Filter type. This unit does come with a standard filter. However, Ryobi does have HEPA filters available for this unit. The HEPA filters are better at removing small particles from the air, so it's nice that Ryobi offers HEPA filters if you wanted to upgrade to that. Warranty on this tool, 3-year limited tool warranty. The battery that comes included with this kit also has a 3-year limited battery warranty. All right, so now on to my favorite part. Let's unbox this bad boy. Let's see what's inside. First thing out of the box, this is the 18-volt standard battery charger. All right, and here it is. This is the 18-volt 2 amp hour battery. This gonna get us into the 18-volt Ryobi ecosystem. There you go. A little bit designed differently than the 40-volt batteries. This is a stick battery, not a slide-in battery. Here we have the instructions, the user manual like always, and of course your registration reminder. Don't forget, like always, register your product. You want to make sure you take advantage of that warranty. And here it is, the handheld mini vacuum. We're going to be putting this to the test. Let's find out what it can do. But before that, let's take a closer look. So right out of the box, our first impression is it's pretty light. Has a nice grip, doesn't feel heavy on the hand. Feels pretty sturdy, doesn't feel like cheap plastic. Now, the battery is what got our attention. There's a slot right here where you stick the battery in. We're wondering why this type of battery design. Why not just a slide-in battery like most tools? Well, did a little bit of research, and it turns out that Ryobi's 18-volt battery lineup is backwards and forwards compatible, which means if you have older Ryobi tools, these new batteries will work on those. And if you have older Ryobi batteries, those batteries will work on these newer tools. So if you still have working older batteries, in theory they should work on these newer tools. Not going to be an issue for us because we're barely getting introduced into the 18-volt ecosystem. But it's good to know that if you have those older tools, Ryobi didn't just leave you hanging. We weighed this, and without the battery, it came in at 2 pounds, 2 ounces. With the battery that came in the kit, which is a 2 amp hour battery, the weight increased, but not that much. 3 pounds, 1.5 ounces is what our scale indicates. So overall, pretty lightweight. We, of course, also measured it. It came in at 16 inches top to bottom without the battery. The width from the side at the widest part came in at just over 5 inches. We'll call it 5 1/4 inch. Now, down here at the bottom, there's a few nice little features. We've got a keyhole down over here. So if you wanted to hang this on your wall, well, you can. There's also these 2 rubber pads, one here and one down here. So when you lay it down, the mini vac won't scratch or damage any delicate surfaces. Really liking those small little attention to detail. Now here's the on and off button. Up for on, down for off. Now if you wanted to disassemble this, it's also very easy. You got your dustbin and your motor which detach. You press that button right there. There you have it. Your motor detaches from your dustbin. And the way this works is here at the dustbin, you've got this plastic flap right there. Debris and dirt goes in, the flap opens, and the flap closes, preventing the debris from leaving. You've got also your 2 filters. You have 2 different filters. You got your standard filter, and you've got this main filter right here. This filter that I have in my hand, you can actually wash if you needed to. Just make sure it's dry before you place it back in the dustbin. This, your standard filter, which can be replaced with a HEPA filter. In order to put that back in, all you got to do is line it up. You line it up and you turn it clockwise and it snaps back in place. So pretty easy to disassemble if you wanted to have access to those filters. And to put it back, you just reattach it and you're good to go. I just want to remind you once again that if you're going to be disassembling this, you want to make sure you disconnect the battery. Now there's a few tests we want to conduct on this little unit. We start off by finding out how loud this vacuum will get. We got our decibel reader right here. We've got it at about an arm's length, and we clocked that in at about 85 decibels. Now Ryobi states that this mini handheld vacuum can hold 2.5 cups of debris in the dustbin. 2.5 cups converts into 20 ounces, so we got our measuring cup right here. We're going to fill it up to 20 ounces. There it is, 20 ounces of these wood chips. Now we're going to see if, in fact, the dustbin on this mini handheld vac can hold 2.5 cups or 20 ounces. We got our 2 amp hour battery. It's fully charged. Will the debris fit in the dustbin, and will it even have the power to vacuum it all up? The answer is... the answer is yes, yes, yes. 2.5 cups, which converts into 20 ounces, is the capacity of this hand vac. Let's move on to our next test. So we test to see if this can suction up dirt, which is probably what we're going to be using it for the most, cleaning our car, which is always full of dirt. There you have it. Dirt is not a problem. So we move on to our next test. Will it be able to handle screws, nails, and washers? The answer... yes, again, pretty much. If it can fit through the nozzle, the vacuum can pick it up. So for most of your day-to-day applications, when it comes to power, this will get it done. But we're gonna throw a curveball. Is this mini handheld vacuum child-friendly?
Uh-oh, what happened right there? What happened right there? Here, help me.
Okay.
So easy to use that even our kids can use it. And using it makes it fun for the kids when helping around the house. But just a reminder, even though the vacuum is pretty safe, don't forget it can still be dangerous. Always supervise your children while they're using the hand vac. With that said, we continue our testing. What we have here is the 18-volt 2-amp-hour battery fully charged. Ryobi states this will give us a runtime of 15 minutes. We will leave it running to see how long it will go. We fast forward. We're getting close to the 15-minute mark and the vacuum is still running. We did want to point out that around the 12 to 13-minute mark, we did notice a reduction in performance. We could hear the motor slowing down. Oh, there we are. 1449 is where we're clocking this at with our test. But like I was stating, around the 12 to 13-minute mark, we did see a reduction in performance. However, the runtime is close to the 15-minute mark, as Ryobi states. We're going to give out a pass on that. Now we have the battery completely depleted. We're going to charge this. Ryobi states this should take 40 minutes to charge. Let's find out. We fast forward. And 59 minutes, 38 seconds. Those were our results. Not sure if we drained the battery way too much or what, but we definitely did not get a 40-minute charge time on our 18-volt 2-amp-hour battery. But at least it did charge. There you have it, fellow savants. This was the Ryobi 18-volt mini hand vacuum, and with this, we enter the 18-volt Ryobi ecosystem. We're hoping to get a few more tools in the future now that we have a battery to run those tools, but this was a great introduction to the 18-volt lineup. Let me tell you, we were quite impressed with this. Lightweight, compact, easy to use, so easy to use that even our kids can use it. So this is definitely something we can recommend. Of course, we've got to talk about the elephant in the room, the runtime. Yes, the runtime, definitely not the best with the battery that came included with the kit. You could, of course, get a bigger battery, but the battery that came with this kit only gave us about 12 minutes of usable runtime. It did run close to the 15 minutes, but we did notice that after that 12-minute mark, we started losing some suction. It did turn off closer to the 15-minute mark, but in reality, only about 12 minutes were usable. The runtime is not the best, and of course, the charge time was also not the best, at least in our test. It took us about an hour to charge this up. So that's the only con I can point out at this time. That'll get resolved, of course, with a bigger battery. Of course, a bigger battery will also give you a longer charge time. But other than that, everything else on this unit was great. So definitely something we can recommend. We hope this information was useful. Thank you for stopping by, and we'll see you on the next one.
Hello, good day, and how are you doing?